Not British. Not American. Deutsch. Lern Deutsch. Schweinhund.
To become a real German, you need to make sure to follow certain procedures and guidelines throughout your day. And here are some of the most important ones. Set at least 3 different working alarms. Alarm clock, phone, second alarm clock in order to wake up in time. Have at least 1 bed and 2 footmats in front of your bed to be protected from the icy cold ground in the early morning hours. To avoid possible frostbite. If the frost should have reached your footmat, make sure to wear your good old German Hausschuhe. Never leave the bed without the Hausschuhe or run risk not being as comfortable as possible. So you made it out of bed the German way. Now take off your Schlafanzug and get dressed properly. Niemals leave the house in your house clothes. Never. Yes, there is such a thing as house clothes. After living in Australia for almost a year where people wear Ugg boots, no shoes, tracksuit pants and other stuff to the supermarket, I came to recognize these German traits even more. Which means wear outside clothes. Treat yourself with some good old Jack Wolfskin trousers. You know, these trousers that zip off into shorts and the other way around, just in case the temperature changes 1 or 2 degrees. Also, make sure to put some proper hiking shoes on your feet before even thinking about leaving the pavement and the safety of civilization as we know it. Endlich! The outside world welcomes you with its dangerous claws. A natural fear of everything unknown is completely normal, and that's why we Germans have lots of our beloved rules to create an illusion of being safe in this unforgiving jungle that we call life. Obey the rules! They're rules for everyone. Rules are there to be followed. In Germany, you do not break rules. One perfect example for this would be the Red Man. Even if a street is completely abandoned, we do not cross it until the guardian of the pedestrian crossing vanishes. And if you ever come across some other people during your journey, keep one thing in mind. Do not approach other people's animals! This is pretty much the equivalent of approaching another man's wife. You just do not do it. In other countries it might be acceptable to pet the dog out front the supermarket, but in Germany people will look at you like you're a kitty snatcher. It might be acceptable in other countries, but not so in Germany. A thing that is not only acceptable but absolutely necessary is to greet the hell out of everyone you meet, or you will be deemed an unsocial kitten-eating monster. In Germany, at least in rural areas, you will encounter people you don't know and who don't know you. Be prepared to greet them anyways, because they will sure as hell greet you. The lady basking in the sun out front her house, the postman, the cyclist passing you, the person watering their garden, and even the old man taking his dogs out for a walk. Every single person will go out of their way to greet you. Acceptable Grüße are Moin, Moin Moin, Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, Guten Abend, Grüß Gott, Servus, Mahlzeit and Hallo. If you then also know at which daytime to use each of these terms, then you're one step closer to getting Germanized. If you're then still capable of pursuing your original goal after this mind rape, and you stand in front of the supermarket and wonder why the doors don't open, well, then you just might have become a victim of the weekly Sunday apocalypse. In Germany, we test our survival skills by closing down every single store on every Sunday of the year. Geschlossen. Get used to seeing these signs. If you missed out on the Saturday last minute panic shopping, well, then you are in bad luck, mein Freund. You will have to nibble on your Wurst until the shops open again in the early Monday morning hours. So what can you do? You wanted to be productive today, get some housework done, and show your fellow Germans how effective a German being you really are. But you might want to think twice about what type of housework to do on a Sunday in Germany. Do not, I repeat, do not mow your lawn or do any other noisy works around your house on a German Sunday afternoon. People will find it rude, and believe me, they will rip off your heads. Or, at the very least, tell you that they don't like it. Sonntag ist Ruhetag. Something you can do on a Sunday is to invite some friends over, but even here some social oddities await. Imagine you're having a conversation with some of your best German friends. You're telling a story to your friends and say you returned to Germany in June, but one of them knows it was in fact the 29th of May, and he will make sure to stop the whole story to clarify that fact before you're able to carry on your story. Gotta love Germans, right? That's it with part 1 of How to Be German. Thanks for watching, guys. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Make sure to subscribe to gain access to part 2 of How to Be German and to other learning German videos. I upload new videos every Sunday. Also like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter and Instagram to gain exclusive access to German Words of the Day videos and pictures, to early access to videos and other good stuff. So thanks again, see you next Sunday, goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.